Have you ever looked at someone you thought you knew and realized you were completely wrong? Not because they lied, not because they changed, but because the person in your head was never really them. Nobody has ever met the real you. Not your closest friend, not your partner, not your family. Not because you're hiding, because their brain can't. Think of two people who know you well. People who have spent real time with you. Now think about how differently they describe you. One sees you as confident. The other sees you as guarded. One thinks you're the funny one. The other thinks you're the serious one. Hold that thought. They say people wear masks. That's the explanation you'll hear most often. And it's not completely wrong. But it's not the mechanism. The answer isn't hidden inside the person you're looking at. It's hidden inside the brain that's looking at them. Because every time you meet someone, your brain starts building a model. Not of who they are, but of who it predicts they are. Your brain never experiences another person directly. Everything you know about another person reaches you through signals your brain must interpret. Behavior, tone, expression, choice, fragments. Your brain's job is to take those fragments and build something coherent from them. That's why it builds models. Every time you interact with someone, your brain is constructing a predictive model of that person, their likely behavior, their probable reactions, their tendencies under pressure. Not a photograph. A working hypothesis that gets tested every time you interact with them. And it updates. When someone does something unexpected, when they react in a way your model didn't predict, your brain doesn't conclude, "I finally saw the real them." It concludes, "Update required." Researchers who study social cognition actually have a name for what your brain builds. They call it a personality model. And studies using brain imaging have confirmed that specific regions of the prefrontal cortex, the area most involved in how you understand other people, are actively maintaining these models for every person you know. Your brain doesn't store people. It stores predictions about people. Here's what that means for those two people you thought of. They've both spent real time with you. But they've observed different moments, different versions of the same person, in different contexts, different emotional states, different pressures. They've both built models from different data. Your partner has a model built from years of seeing you tired, honest, unguarded. Your colleague has a model built from seeing you perform, focus, lead. Both models are built from real observations. Both are incomplete. Because a brain cannot store a person. It can only maintain the predictions it has constructed. Research by Pronin, Kruger, and Ross found that people consistently believe they understand others better than others understand them. What they actually have is a longer history of predictions, more data points feeding the model. The feeling of knowing someone is the feeling that your model is accurate enough to call understanding. It isn't. Go back to those two people, the one who sees you as confident and the one who sees you as guarded. They're not both wrong. They're both accurate about the model they built. The confident version of you is real. You showed it to them. The guarded version is also real. Neither of them knows you. They don't know you. They know the model their brain has been building. Every time you surprise them, they didn't discover the real you. They updated the model instead. This changes something. Every time you felt misunderstood, that feeling was pointing at something real. You weren't being seen. You were being modeled. And this is not a failure of the relationship. It is the default architecture of human perception. The people who know you best don't have access to you. They have the most refined model of you. That model is the closest approximation a human brain can construct. It is not you, no matter how honest you are. No one will ever experience you directly. They will always experience the model their brain built. That model will never be complete. It will never stop updating. And the next time someone surprises you, someone you thought you knew, you might not ask, "Who are they really?" You might ask something different. What just changed? Them, or my model of them?